from Jesus.
Today's word is reciprocity. Reciprocity. Don't ask me to do a damn thing that you wouldn't do for me.
Psst. Okay, cool. Now listen. I literally have hundreds of sayings I coined, along with other designs in my store and books on Amazon for you to explore whenever time permits. You know your support is much appreciated. Tia. Can't you stay off of social media for just a little bit so that you can be missed? I mean, she recently divorced from this sandal-wearing person. Hello everyone, I hope all is well. I forgot to greet you. But she recently divorced from this sandal-wearing person that she found to be so attractive, who was standing at a bus stop. And now she's saying that she's implying that she's searching for this person, and it's so difficult to date after a divorce. Come on, sis. I mean, you just got out of a situation that was not serving you. And here you are, eager to get trapped in another non-productive situation. I mean, no one knows how, if you get into that, get into another relationship, no one can predict how it will go. But this is fresh. You are a fresh divorcee. So why rush? And another thing, why do women look for men? Let that man find you and bring with him that which you desire over what you are desperate for. We need to stop saying, I'm looking for a man. For what? Anything good will find you. Now Tia is giving desperate. And she's also giving pick me, choose me. Hey, I'm here, don't forget me. Listen, I understand she's chatty and everybody's got their personality. That is the reason why it is called personality and not peopleality, because it's singular. One person, it doesn't need, a group consensus. However, Tia, woman, grow up and find some other interest, some other thing that piques your interest besides social media and looking for someone to date. When I say someone, I'm all inclusive when it comes to that, because these celebrities sometimes become freaks and very exploratory when desperation steps in. So whomever she chooses, best wishes. But I think you need to cut the desperation out. Yes, dating comes with its own perils. Ghosting, love bombing. You have to be able to identify these things. And listen, this brings me to the point of women talking about good men. A good man is relative. You should more be open to a kind man. Kindness is encompasses everything. I think a woman who thinks highly of herself and who wants to achieve that level of contentment, because you're happy. You have to be happy. When entering a relationship, it's a fallacy for you to think that the other person is going to make you happy. You have to come in with your happiness. That person will only complement what you already possess. So I get it. I can understand her little frustration and so on, but it should not be this deep for her to tell the whole world. Chill, mama. Damn, if desperation had a face, girl, and I like you, but my last nerve is feeling very threatened by your incessant need for attention. Sis speak heavily about self-love, which I am a strong proponent of, but she also has to realize that self-love comes with a certain amount of confidence and contentment that is a direct reflection of your purpose and will to persevere against all odds. And listen, I'll repeat this every time I get the opportunity. Self-love, 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 because there are some women who need to hear this on repeat. You know why? Because they have been bamboozled into believing, especially in the Black community, that self-love is selfish. Self-love is self-preservation, actually. And you have to preserve yourself. How is it possible for you to make someone else happy if you're not happy? Happiness comes from within. So how is it? That's a farce of a mindset, of a belief. And a lot of women have bought into that nonsense. So, Tia Marie, I think she needs to do more shadow work, even though I think we all do because it's a process. But for now, I would advise her to date herself. Just date you. Just chill. Just relax. You would be surprised at how self-discovery could take you to a level where when you meet that person that would compliment you on this next journey as it pertains to a romantic relationship, you would feel so fulfilled because you took time with you. You took time with self, which is extremely important at any stage of your life. Which brings me to the point of decentering men. Now, everybody's got their thing. I've been hearing a lot about decentering men. Ladies, why everything you do has to revolve around the man? Why? Why can't you do stuff for you? Center you. Center self instead of decentering men. Focus on you. Focus on self. Focus on self-actualization. Because to me, what that does is, centering self attracts to you the positives you require to attain self-actualization. It actually does. Which would, naturally detach you from the negatives that do not serve you. So decentering men wouldn't be necessary. Listen, I do believe that sometimes women get too hung up on men. We have to coexist with these men. We have relationships with them. Come on, just let the men do what they do and you do what you do. Pay attention to who pays attention to you. That's all. You don't have to exert energies in places that don't serve you. That's not self-serving at all. Now let's talk about Miss Eboni K.Williams. Now my curious mind would not allow me to just think that this is just a regular conversation coming from Eboni. I thought that there was something more to this. I started to think, what is it? What is happening behind the scenes? Lo and behold, only to find out that Miss Eboni has a court show on the docket. So maybe this controversy and this controversial topic was to promote her show. Yes, she has a court show that is, it is called Equal Justice with Judge Eboni K.Williams. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think it premiered September 11th. Now, Eboni, even if that were the case, this advice would most certainly lead to self-induced poverty, which would cause a lot of domestic violence and increase in domestic violence, because if you're not able to fulfill certain basic needs, you are now coming out of college, out of university, and you're telling these people to get married and burden themselves with additional stuff. Life is already doing its thing outside of what you can control. So Ebony, I think you're a bit off on this one. If you're like high school, or you go to college and you have this relationship and you think that you can do it, fine. But I don't think this should be an overall message to women, to these young adults, some of them who would still be living with their parents, because it's not that easy to just graduate college and find your own accommodation, get your own home. It is a process. And usually after university and after college, that is when you start to come into your own. As a matter of fact, self-discovery is at its peak at this point. Ebony, come on, sis. This is not the way to go. This advice is shaky. Now I have a question. When did Ebony come into this knowledge? Was this a light bulb moment? Was it an epiphany? Because she sounds like she's speaking for the manosphere. Girl, get yourself together. If you're going to advise young people, it should be focused on long-term sustainability. Because, sis, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is no joke. And if you're going to advise them to do these things without actually having a projection, and mainly one that comes from a realistic mindset rather than delusions, it should not be this message that could lead to failure. And you know, when people don't feel good about themselves, what happens? So, Ebony, I think you should revise and rethink your advice to younger people, because this is not it. This is most certainly not it.
I said what I said.
Now, as per usual, you know I look forward to reading your comments. So share them down in the comment section. Stay safe and be self-aware, and subscribe for more snippets of wisdom and real talk. See you in the next video.